What's going on, YouTube? Michael coming back at you again from Michael's Workshop. And I told you I was going to get you another video today by midnight. Let's see. Dude, I just looked at my watch like I was wearing my watch. Give me just a second. Just so I don't go looking at my wrist again like a dummy. But we'll see if I get this up by midnight. I'm sure as heck going to try. But I am starting this workout kind of late, and I actually do kind of want to get a workout in while showing you guys everything that I got to show you. So this video, how to build a home gym in 2020, at least how I did it. And let me just show you what all I got, I guess, and just give you like a little breakdown timeline, tell you how I did everything. Basically, all started, what was the first thing I got? Did I buy the barbell first or did I buy the rack first? Here, hold on. Let me get a quick little warm-up set in real quick. I guess I can actually start with the stuff that I didn't purchase. There was some stuff that I had already owned just from growing up that I got as gifts. Some, you know, classic good old standard 1-inch plates. And some dumbbell handles. I did have, you know, a big old, well, not big old, it's like a 5 or 6 foot 1-inch bar. Had one of those. That thing's bent all to crap because I used to throw it around, do crazy overhead presses with it and stuff. But as you can see, I got a couple different kinds. There's like 3 different kinds on there. And yeah, you just kind of make do with what you have. And then basically, that's what I just got stored up in here. Yeah, there's probably a better method to store it, but that's what I got, right? So, a couple cement tins, a couple of these little iron ones, and then like some kilos actually, so 6.5 kilos. So bringing you over here actually to where these things are stored. Guess I can show you just my little miscellaneous cube, and this cube does get used for box squats. Just so happens to be just about the perfect height, so I do use it for that, as well as this top pad does serve an additional purpose, and I'll show you that after we do our dumbbell presses. But it's just a cheap belt that I got from Play It Again Sports. It was like $15. I mean, it's a belt. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I'm sure y'all have seen that one before. And then these are actually, I did own these beforehand. As you can see, they're a little torn up. Got cat hair all up in them. But just some wrist straps sometimes. I don't use them too often, but you know, if I'm going heavy on some of my presses, they do feel kind of nice sometimes. Here's a couple of hip circles. I got these off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a 3-pack for 15 bucks. A couple different like thicknesses. Not too bad, I'd say, for $15, you know. And they were brand new. Here's a little ankle brace. Twisted my ankle one time. That just, you know, got thrown in the bucket because why not? Couple American wrist straps, you know, when my grip is being not cooperative. Couple more little, you know, circle bands. Can never have enough bands. I like these ones. I mainly use these ones for my shoulders now, since I have the other ones. I really like them for pull aparts and, you know, rotator stuff. Just a little foot roller. Roll out your foot. And then I got a bunch of these little, you know, bands that I already had before. They're technically my mom's. Don't tell my mom, but I stole them when I moved out. Not like she was using them anyway, you know. And These work real good for shoulder raises and stuff. Got a little ball. I roll my foot out on that, my back sometimes. You know, just some general, the light stuff. And then this is for some weighted pull-ups. Gotta have a weighted pull-up belt, you know. Here's a knee sleeve. Having trouble finding the other one, so I actually haven't been able to use those. I mean, I have. I could just use one at a time, but that just feels weird, you know. And that's about everything in there. So now let's clean up this mess.
Set real quick.
All right. So, guess let's just move on to the next thing. I don't care if I'm going in order now. These things, but got these pretty back to back. So this bench, I bought it from Academy, and yeah, Proform. So you can actually see it. As you can see, it's got like the whole little leg curl deal, and you know, it's an incline bench, so I don't really ever flat bench. I really just keep it at an incline. But yeah, it's not too bad. It could be a little wider in the back pad and maybe a little sturdier feeling. But you know, it gets the job done. I bought it with the rack for $200. Obviously this is not the rack that came with it, so I sold the rack here a few weeks ago for $150. So technically that made this a $50 bench, and so in my mind all the cons that I listed for it out the door for the price. $50, brand new, and it's got the functions that it has. You know, you can't go wrong. Also got like a little preacher curl, little setup, you know, actually feels pretty healthy. Moving on. The next purchase I made was this barbell right here, and it is just a black, don't know quite how it's coated, barbell. Don't know the brand, if there is any or whatnot. It was $100 even, I think, from Play It Again Sports. It was a brand new barbell, but I don't know, whatever coating is on here really didn't do a good job. Like, I haven't had it that long, maybe just a few months, 1 to 2 months, somewhere in there, anywhere from 2 to 1.5. But it just already looks like it's been through a bit of a ringer. And like, I mean, I get it, I train, but like, let's be real here, I'm not training that crazy. And also, I mean, I would say I don't have the best J-cups. The J-cups probably did get, they just, you know, especially from the old rack, it was gray paint, so there's some gray paint probably just here in the knurling, and I could probably brush it out, make it look good. But there's just also some signs of like just oxidization. And I live in Central Texas. It's humid, and like, yeah, I'm inside, but come on, people, it's humid inside too. But you know, just a 45-pound bar. I think it's got a 500-pound weight capacity, so not too crazy big, but at the same time, none of my lifts are at 500, so, you know, I thought it would do just fine. Could be a good introductory barbell until I felt like getting something else new, and that will be in a later video. So I guess I could talk about these bumper plates, you know. So I've got kind of a weird set. I've got 10s, I've got 20s, and I've got 25s. I mean, realistically, like, it's kind of all the bumpers like I feel like I need, and also should probably specify all those weights are in kilos. So these right here, 20 kilogram. Don't know why I tried to do that in an accent. Vulcan bumper plates. Scored on these on Facebook. About $1.60 something a pound. And I do still kind of feel bad to this day about this purchase. And I can get into that. Let me just go grab the dumbbells real quick. Alright, so let me tell you why I feel bad about these bumper plates. And like ideally I should feel bad. I'm a horrible person and I suck. But what can you do? Man, it's 2020. The world's fixing to end. And we're just out here trying to survive. We're looking for the good deals. And I'm sorry, but somebody else made a mistake. The person I bought these from. So it was supposed to be, what was it, 100 kilos? That's the way, 100 kilos worth of weight. So 230 something pounds. And I pull up, I'm going to the address, and I look at where I'm pulling up. It's a CrossFit gym. So I'm buying these from a CrossFit gym that's selling them on the market. And you know, I don't know about y'all, but I've sold a good couple things on Facebook Marketplace here, especially recently, with everything been going on. I've been buying and reselling a lot of weights and stuff. If I could find them for a good deal, sell them to make a little bit more money so I can invest back into my home gym and get more equipment. Everybody else is doing it, so you know, why not take advantage of the situation? You know, if you can't beat them, join them. I couldn't afford all this without what I was doing. There's a lot of stuff, and I got it fairly quickly. And yeah, I mean, I plan on continuing to grow it and continue to just buy and sell what I don't need, and just, you know, make your hobbies pay for themselves. You know, essentially, you don't want it to be a big old money pit. Right now, here it is. Spent like $600 to $700 yesterday, but I do have plans to hopefully bring that money back. But here, let me get this set in real quick, and I'll tell you, this guy's still messed up. I still haven't quite got to that yet, have I? Let's leave these here. So, like I was saying, it was supposed to be 100 kilos, but, you know, like I said, I usually, you know, when I sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, I tend to like get it ready, you know, before the person gets there. Or like, even if I'm going to buy something, like, I'll count out the money, and I have 2 pockets in my wallet. Like, one's usually where I keep all my money, and then if I'm going to make a big purchase, I usually will count out my money beforehand, put it in the other pocket, and then even recount it whenever I'm handing it to the person to make sure I'm being proper. Because sometimes I hand somebody $300 worth of 20s, and like, for some reason, even after I leave, I feel like I handed them 320, you know? That's just how I am, just because I feel like I'm not paying attention in the moment sometimes, and stuff can sometimes happen a little bit faster than you really want it to happen. But especially now with the way all interactions are working, it's just like, come on, be ready. So the guy brings me to the rack where he's pulling out the weight, and like hands me 2 plates, and he says, you know, you can pull your car up here. So I carry the first 2 sets of weights down to my car, and I go to get in to pull it up, and then he comes rolling over all the weights with him, and like, I assume all the weights he brought over were the ones he was trying to give me, and like, helps me load them into the car, hand him the money, all is good. I get home, and I'm carrying these all the way up the stairs, and like, don't notice nothing, and then I get up to the top, and I'm staring at them, and I take a picture, paste it on my Facebook story, and then I'm counting the weights. I'm like, 10, 20, 25. I'm like, I thought I was buying 10s, 15s, and 25s. I'm like, wait a second. So there's an extra 10 kilos here. So that's an extra 23 pounds, essentially. And like, today's day and age, with the way everything's working out and how expensive bumper plates are, I was already getting these at a great deal. But the fact that I got an extra 23 some odd pounds for the cost of what I paid made it even that much better of a deal. And so I just go all day. I'm like, dude, this guy's not even gonna notice. He messed up, blah, 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 blah. Get a message later in the day. He's like, hey man, gave you the wrong plates. I can come and exchange them out. I'm like, something will happen. But what did I do? Ultimately, as you can tell by the weights that I just told you I had and telling you that this guy messed up, I eventually just, kept the plates, because like I went into work later that evening after I bought them, so it's not like I could meet him that day, and like he said he'd come by in the morning, but it's like I feel like I'm the bad person still, and I am, like that doesn't make me not, but like at the same time, it could have been a lot worse. I don't know where I'm getting with this, and like I'm just making myself, I feel, sound worse and worse as it goes. But it wasn't my responsibility to come back and give him the plate. Like after our deal was done, we shook hands, because you can't shake hands because of coronavirus anymore. Like the deal was made, and like where I see you hereafter there, I don't know, but the deal was made. I'm gonna just say that again. Dude, this pre-workout, it's got my head. Can't even think straight right now. But yeah, so I mean that's like my main set of plates, and then just whenever it comes to like the iron, I'm gonna show you what I. Now I don't have very much iron weights right now. I did have at one point this whole tree loaded up. Let's see if I'll be able to like input a picture in or something. That way y'all can see. But as of right now, I've just got this 144. I bought this with a whole other bunch of plates that were pretty rusty, and I spray painted them up, made them look real nice. Did a rust restore and then like another outer sealer paint, so those things should be good forever. But those only 144, so until I find a pair or find somebody that's just looking for a pair, that's what I got. Then I got two 25s right here, and yeah, they are not of the same set, but I mean 25 is 25, Got one 5-pounder right here. Came whenever I bought those, I think it was 3 5-pounds, and I sold 2 of them, so of course I got a odd one left. And then got a couple 1 1/4 kilos, got 4 of those, and this came with that one, as you can see. I'm actually real ashamed I let go of the other ones of the set, because I had a couple 2.5 kilos, a couple 5.5 kilos, and then were they 5.5 kilos? 10s. I had a couple 10 kilos and 5.5 kilos. Yeah, it was like the full set, and it was all kilo plates, and it matched the bumper plates. And I guess just in the sense that they were all kilos, but like you get me. Like it was just kind of cool, and like same rust restore and everything. I felt like I did a pretty good job, but at the end of the day, I sold them for more than I got them, and they helped me get other things that I wasn't able to have before. Yeah. Okay. So, got some fat grips off of Amazon. These are nice. Do fat grip pull-ups. Ooh, that felt good. Pop my back. I throw them on the dumbbells. Fat grip dumbbells. Just got those here recently, so let's see if they really help grow my forearms. Got pretty twiggy forearms, so it would be nice. Add a little bit of thickness to those bad boys. I got these rings for pull-ups and dips. Can't really do muscle ups because I'd hit my head on the ceiling. I could, I guess, if I had the rack over there, but just with the feng shui of my apartment, it just really wouldn't ideally work. But let me get you a ring pull-up. Yeah, so I do those. Scoot these all over here. Little cable contraption. So this is just an old belt that I've got it tied up there with. And then a pulley that I got from Home Depot, rated that's like 500 pounds or something like that. And then some 1/8 inch braided and coated steel cable, some honker carabiners that me and my brother technically, we found a boat out in the middle of the lake, and these carabiners came off of some rope that was in that boat. And so I guess I can do a little demo. Need to get more attachments. They're honestly not that cheap right now. This is one that I already had at my parents' house because I've got a little multi-home gym unit over there that's not really, I don't count it as mine. I was the only one that used it when I lived at my parents' house and they called it mine, but it's not mine. Not mine. But let me just hook this on up. And then just picture some weight right there on the other end. And you know, tricep extensions. Let me find the good lighting. It's got to be here. Oh, right there. So yeah, that's how those are made. And then, honestly, I could just unclip this right here when I don't want to have it hung up and in the way, like it's kind of doing right now, but it's not that annoying. So, just scoot that over. This is just like a little stretching band. Came with the pack of that hip circles or something. One of those. I honestly just leave it right here because it feels really good for just burnout tricep extension sets, or I don't know if any of y'all use those rowing machines. Never actually used one of those, but I imagine that this is kind of what it's like if I just get like a full swing on it in there. And like at the end of a tricep workout, or probably do it after the end of this like push workout, oh, it feels great. It's not too much resistance, but it's just enough at the end. Oh, it feels really, really good. I do plan on getting some more bands though. My bands, I don't actually have any like actual, you know, big size bands. Whatever that means. But I don't have any. And I want some. Come on. Let's get in another set. Safety squat bar. I feel like I'm missing out on things though. Why am I missing? I'm probably not, but there's just a lot of buying and selling weights here in between there. You know, I've bought, I think, up to 1,600 pounds of weights, and I've sold maybe anywhere from 700 to 900 to maybe even 1,000 now. I'll do it. I'll actually figure out all the totals and everything and get y'all another video with all the exact numbers. This is just kind of like a rough detail. But I've bought a lot of weights compared to the ones I've gotten right there, like that I already had, and then just the ones that I've bought and sold. I know I've sold at least 700 to 900, but I feel like I've bought at least 1,400 to 1,600 pounds of weights, and just worth of equipment that I've moved up here, and some of it that I've carried back down the stairs. And I've mentioned it before, I live on the 3rd floor of my apartment building. This has not been fun, carrying all this stuff up here. And most of this I have done by myself. I did have help with a couple things. The rack, probably could have done it by myself. I mean, we each carried one side by ourselves, and so if I would have just, you know, taken more time, but I didn't want to do that. I already carried so much weight and stuff up and down these stairs. I didn't want to deal with the rack by myself, so I had a buddy help me. But yeah, just a lot of buying and selling weights here in between, just, you know, get a little bit extra money so I can get some nicer things and just get some more different variation things instead of just, you know, having the basic barbell and weights, which is really ideally, you don't even need that. All of this is totally luxury. None of this is necessary. This is overkill, to say the least. And this isn't even a lot to some people, but this is quite a bit. And it's, I mean, yeah, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. And I've got all this just in my dining room. I don't have a dining room table, but we all make sacrifices to make gains. But I can talk about this safety squat bar, which I got the other day. Yeah, it's fancily branded. It is Rogue. I did probably spend too much money on this. I mean, I know they're like 400 something bucks brand new. The guy was asking 400. I asked him if he'd do 350. He said, hell yeah. So maybe I could have got him even a little bit lower, but I did know buying a Rogue one, I'd always be able to resell it for a decent value. They do hold their value. I was looking at this one and a Titan Fitness one on Facebook Marketplace. I would have gotten the Titan Fitness one if it were the version 2, which I've heard a lot of good things about. But since it was the version 1, I couldn't justify spending the 200 bucks on it, considering that's what a new version 2 sells for. But can't find those on the website right now. But went along with this, you know. Like I said, this name does mean a lot to people, so if I did look to resell it, I should at least be able to, you know, get at least my $350 back. Literally just got this yesterday, used it last night, and yeah, glad I got this to add some variation in my leg workouts, because, you know, there's a lot that I can do with what I have, but, you know, just to have different equipment like this, because I can't obviously get a bunch of leg machines and fill up my apartment with those. Just to add that extra bit of variation. It's nice. It's refreshing. The mirrors, these two, those are not the ones I want right there. I originally had them on the sides. I want to get like a big mirror right there, but just, you know, you gotta sit on Facebook Marketplace and all those things and just be patient and jump for deals at the right time. These two I actually got at Walmart, and they're like 18, 20 bucks a piece, which honestly is not that good of a deal. Like, they're, for mirrors aren't that cheap, but like, if you look and you wait around, you can find cheap mirrors. This big old one I got at Goodwill for like 12 bucks or something like that. I just need to get around to hanging them. I just get nervous putting holes in my walls, living in an apartment. I'm trying, you know, to reduce my damage here as much as possible. That way, whenever I move out, don't got to worry about doing a bunch of crazy last minute repairs, so that I actually get my insurance deposit back, because this is my first place on my own, and yeah, I'd really like that deposit back. Talking about my flooring was a part. I actually got that pretty early on. Tractor Supply, 1-horse stall mat. I honestly probably should have gotten 2, but this is making do. I don't do too many deadlifts here. If I do deadlifts, I usually go to the gym, or I'll do like, you know, some really slow and controlled light work stuff here. That way I'm not, you know, dropping anything on the floor. I would eventually maybe like to build a deadlift platform of some kind. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, I just haven't quite had the time to do that. And I've seen people post them for Facebook Marketplace. They do just kind of want a lot of money, and I know I could build one probably for a good bit cheaper. Plus, I feel like I need to build one that's a bit smaller than a typical deadlift platform. I know sometimes they can get relatively large. I'm not sure exactly how many square feet I'm working with right here, but I would like to keep it, you know, fairly contained, because my kitchen entrance is like just right there, and I don't want to, you know, impede on getting into my kitchen too much. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Getting towards the end here, y'all, and this is going to be a really long video. I need to learn how to be concise. Here was another purchase that I just made yesterday off of Facebook Marketplace. Good old back extension, glute ham type deal. You know, whatever that means. I actually don't want to tell you guys how much I spent on this. I would like to see if y'all could guess in the comments. Don't know how many people will have watching this video, but drop it down in the comments. How much do you think I spent on this off Facebook Marketplace? It's not too bad condition. It is missing the little pin handle, but you know, that's not a big deal. Yeah, leave a guess down below. Not too bad, and it does fit in my closet. I got a pretty big walk-in closet, so don't have too much clothes. Shove this on in there, you know? Just have these left. I've got some of these inversion boots. First person I ever actually saw using anything like these was Juji Mufu. Had them maybe about like a week and a half or so. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how inversion therapy treats me in the long run. I've always wanted to try it, but inversion tables take up a lot of space, and you really can't get these boots unless you have something sturdy to kind of hang on to. Before having this rack, I was using a pull-up frame, a door frame pull-up bar, and so it's not really ideal to be hooking yourself upside down on a bar like that. So kind of waited till I got the rack, and so far it's been kind of nice. I haven't hung it longer than 2.5 minutes just because I don't know, it just doesn't quite feel good on my ankles, but I'm sure that's just because I'm not really used to it. But I've been hanging longer and longer every day. Started at like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, blah, 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 blah. Slowly working my way up. And, you know, feels good. Stretching out the spine. Like I said, we'll see how it feels like long term. Doing it, you know, once or twice a day and like all that. See how it goes. But I do think that wraps up this video. Let's see if I can, you know, trim this down into like somewhat of a reasonably like watchable piece of content, and how I managed to stretch out all the things that I have into such a long gosh darn video. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was doing the incline presses throughout the whole time, but like I feel like I've made that video a lot longer than it should have been. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully the lighting in this isn't awful. I was debating whether or not bringing my lamp in here, but then once I started the video, I didn't want to bring it in after the fact and have like a lighting change midway through the video once I thought about it. And so yeah, just kind of rocked with it. But let me know what you guys think of my apartment gym down below. Please like the video, even if you don't like my apartment gym, just like the video, because like, why not? Subscribe, and let's see when I post the next video, because Lord knows if I got this 2 days in a row, it'll probably be like another 2 months before I post another one. Hope that it's not, but gotta subscribe to find out and turn on those bell notifications. So catch you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.